35 pounds. This is a switchback, a meaningful place for me because it brings back memories. My first times coming up here and bringing my little kids up here. A report I read said the snow base is about 44 inches. Blue sky day. And my only real concern coming up here today was the forecast for extreme cold. I left the car, it was 11 degrees. And presumably we'll be getting colder. I myself am not cold, I'm very warm, because I did not delayer. It's just so hard to take the backpack off, or should I say put it back on, that I decided to just take my hat off and walk slower. Anyway, I'm almost there. Here we come. Looks like both ways around the lake are broken out. And what about the lake? Lonesome Lake. Just as I was about to cross the lake, some nice hikers came along and said they had information from 2 sources saying, do not cross the lake because it's slushy and you'll get wet, which is so hard to believe at 10 degrees, but that is the beta. So we're all going around this way, even though it's drifted over. And they're letting me go first because I have snowshoes and I have a heavy pack, so I'll probably trap it down. So I'm not sinking in at all, knock on wood. Still beautiful, and I do hope to go out on the lake, but not yet. Step 1 is to arrive safe and dry. I should put my glasses on so a branch doesn't poke me in the head. The branches seem lower than they are because the snow is so high. They were walking quite high up. Coming up the trail with 35 pounds on my back wasn't so bad. It's encouraging. Working on my fitness a little. Very excited about spring and summer and fall. Right now, it's important to enjoy this. Wow. Just a little bridge across almost to the hut, and there's There's quite a drop down there. This would be the most likely source of running water. Oh yeah, you can see running water back there. Oh, beautiful. Almost there, and then I will regroup. There it is. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. The caretaker's name is Addison, and he told me there was a group scheduled to stay here tonight, but they canceled, so it's only me. Which means I now get to choose the bunk of choice. That's a lot of frost on the window. Wow. There's a helicopter. It's coming this way. For a late lunch, I had cashew nuts and peanut M&Ms and the rest of my hot chocolate. And now I'm going down to the lake, and it's a bit of a struggle because it's extra cold, or I'm cold. My toes are cold. I'm warming up my hands. I think I need some activity, you know? And the caretaker, Addison, is going to start the fire at 4, which isn't that far from now. So it's really the perfect time to walk around. The story from Addison regarding whether the lake is frozen is that 2 people came in and said they fell in and got their feet a bit wet near the bridge. Well, anybody who's been here in the summer knows that the bridge is where the water flows. That's like the absolute place you would not want to go. And you could even see right now open water in that area. So seeing as how it's so cold, I just think the middle lake is fine. Addison said the lake is frozen, so it'd be just a question of whether you go near a slushy section or open water. Hello, Johnny K. How were the Kinsmans?
They were beautiful. I had them all to myself.
Was the trail packed out?
You had some snow bombs with drifts, but other than that, it was fine.
Great. Did you see that big yellow helicopter?
No, I heard it.
Yeah, I think he might be from Canada.
Oh.
But he didn't look as if he was rescuing. Hard to say. He looked floating. He was floating in the sky.
I heard him when I was going up and down that trail, which I forgot all about. I haven't been here in the winter, so
Oh,
so I was under him, but I was in the trees.
what a treat. And now this will be your first time crossing? Or did you do it on your way up here?
I came across from the other trailhead.
Oh,
So,
the other side?
yeah.
Oh, how are you going to get back?
My wife dropped me off.
Oh, excellent.
So we're staying in Lincoln, and I figured, well, it'd be easier just to have her pick me up here.
Oh, wow. What a trip. Good.
Yeah. Your name is?
Rachel.
Rachel. All right, Rachel. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Again, Johnny K says hello. I'm from Central New York.
Wow.
And yeah, so thank you.
Okay, I'm on the lake. I wonder why that ball of snow is there. Maybe they made a snowman. Well, that was fun going out in the lake. It seemed thoroughly frozen to me. And now I'm walking on the other side. Let's see what's over here. Here we have some snowshoe hare tracks. Those marks are large. No doubt his large fluffy foot went into the snow and the snow spread out. But it's about the size almost of my hand, the bigger marks there. And they're around here in the woods. But then over here, there's more snowshoe hare prints, and here's like maybe a body mark where he kind of squatted down, and there's one little dropping there. Oh, there's another one over there. So he was here for a little while longer, and then the tracks just kind of go. Sometimes it's hard to find where they really end. Here I am out walking on this side of the lake and was looking up at those rocky features with ice and all, and I used to think bears lived up there, which is utterly ridiculous. They don't. Bears hibernate in much more mundane places. They don't climb a mountain and find a rock on a cliff. There is a human trail up there. I'm trying to wonder where that lookout would be, where you look back down here and it's marvelous. It's quiet. Sometimes I hear a gust of wind rolling along. And just taking a slow walk. Just look around. You can see over there a cut through in the snow where the stream is. A little waterway runs through here. And So maybe some animals come looking over here for water, and there's a track here. Where to go? Hard to say what it was because it drifted over. Maybe a fox or something. There's a good track. Goes back in there. So that means I've now gone all the way around the lake and across it. I'm about to go across it to get back, settle in for a while. Oh, there's some mouse tracks. I'll get a close up. This is such a special place for many reasons. One of the reasons is that it affords many, many people this very special experience of being alone with nature, really spread out from fellow people. And even though so many people come here, it's still entirely possible to have these moments where you have it all to yourself, and that lets you even appreciate other humans, but it also just, it's so quiet and it's so special. That's a very good snowman. It's a snowman with a snowman on his head. Okay, I found the part that might have been slushy before, if there were really the two reports of that. And as you can see where some people have gone down to what now looks like frozen slush. But it feels pretty solid today. If I go over to the side a little, I kind of go right down into that soft snow. Oh yeah, here's some frozen slush. Oh yeah. I was able to poke through it a little. Okay, yeah, that makes me want to go back. Why'd I do that? Should I really even be walking there? But at least I have snowshoes on. One last look while I'm down here. It is 5 o'clock. I've been in there chatting away with the very friendly caretaker. It's time to cook, but it's the beginning of the alpenglow. It's just now starting, And I'm going to start cooking and then maybe come out to see how it's changed in 15 minutes, like 20 minutes. Okay, for dinner I'm having some celery and carrots. This is fried rice from Trader Joe's, kale, edamame, and this is a frozen scallion pancake from Trader Joe's. And then I have just some tea. Ooh. Feels kind of funny to eat in a down pants and down jacket at a table.
I know.
I'm used to it for winter camping, but like it's so civilized.
Yeah. Yeah, a little more civilized than you'd expect.
Just finished dinner and I'm enjoying the fire. The alpenglow did not develop.
I was like, oh, hey, what's up, Cooper? I hadn't seen him since then.
Oh yeah, Cooper. That might be the guy with the pine marten.
Oh, really?
Is he tall?
Tall, yeah.
Yeah, he's so nice.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
It is almost 8 o'clock and I've just come away from the fire. I don't have my headlamp yet, but I see the beautiful crescent moon up there. This is the dumbest thing. I don't even want to confess this, but I don't have my headlamp. On the way here, I was being extra safe, charging my headlamp for the 3rd time in the front seat of the car, and I must have forgot to put it in my bag or pocket. I don't know how that's possible, but I have looked everywhere and there's no headlamp, so it's pretty much already time to go to bed. So I just need to use my phone flashlight to go to the outdoor little restroom building. But I feel so dumb because everybody says you should always have 2 headlamps. And that feels so wrong when you're packing to put 2 things in. But this is why. Not a breath of wind. It's quiet time and I have to get in my sleeping bag and my fingers are crossed that it keeps me warm. I think I might do a little bit of exercise first to warm my body up before I get in there. I'm in my room packing up my gear. I have organized my stuff on 2 bunks. One has all the things I actually used, and the other has the things that I didn't really need. Here are the things I really needed: the inflatable air mat, warm sleeping bag, booties and pillow, super warm mittens. Back there, the long gaiters and down shorts I wore yesterday. I also yesterday wore sunglasses and a buff. I'm recharging my phone with a brick. I used my communicator, GoPro, snowshoe straps. That bag has my teeth cleaning stuff. I used all the hand warmers I had and wished I had more. I ate a gel for energy yesterday, tissue and handkerchief, reading glasses, and mat. And all of these things I didn't really need. All those clothes I usually wear at night, but on this trip I was so cold and scared I didn't bother changing. These extra mitts are waterproof, I didn't need them. This big camera lens, I don't think it was worth the weight to carry up here. I accidentally had this fanny pack in my bag and didn't know it. The big fanny pack I used, but I don't think I needed it if I hadn't brought all this stuff. First aid kit I would have brought anyway, but didn't use it. Earbuds I didn't use. This bag keeps my batteries warm, but it was so cold it didn't work and I kept them in my pocket or my sleeping bag. These wet wipes are frozen solid. My water bottle is frozen solid and I could have gotten water in the hut. Extra socks I just didn't wear. Light windbreaker I usually wear, but yesterday my backpack was so hard to take off I didn't use it. And this is a super fleece liner. I maybe should have tried using it, but I just didn't want to, so I didn't use it. What? My headlamp. Oh my goodness. It was in my bag the whole time, and it was so dark and I was so tired and cold that I didn't even find it. Oh my goodness. I'm taking the shot and I'm just noticing these new tracks that were definitely not there last night. What? Okay, let's figure out these tracks. I mean, we pretty much have to guess rabbit since snowshoe hare tracks are pretty much all I've seen around here. And they go all along here, and it seems possible he was even going along the deck. And all along the front. It's possible a couple of prints there, and then I think it goes down under this thing. Here's the door, and there's the prints going right along the edge there. That's so cute. I am going to make coffee, and I'm going to make toast with eggs that also has a little almond butter and apple. It's a cool combination. And I carried up that sticky bun to give that a try. That thing is a toaster. Whoops. What's going on with my toast there, Addison?
Well, it usually works better if you turn it up all the way so the flames kind of reach up further and toast it.
Lately, I have not been eating butter or sticky buns, but I knew I'd have to use this kind of pan, so I just brought a ton of butter.
Smells pretty good.
There we go. So I guess it's time for me to go. I mean, I don't want to go. Once I put that heavy backpack on, I might as well be going. Bye, room. Thank you. Bye, Addison.
All right, see you later. Have a nice hike.
Thank you for caretaking.
Absolutely. Come back anytime.
That was another wonderful trip to Lonesome Lake Hut. It is less than 2 miles back down to the parking lot, which will pass all too quickly. I like to try to focus on appreciating some part of the trip on my way down. And this week I've started to study bark for tree identification. And one thing I've observed is that when you read an entire book about bark, you just get even more confused temporarily. Even though you're learning a lot, you're still taking in too much information to really, it's like these bird books that list 200 birds, and you're like, and then you go out and you can't even remember what a pigeon is. So I think like the most helpful thing in my videos or my outings like this is if I could just start small or pick like one thing at a time to learn about and kind of absorb the information better. So the very first super exciting thing I learned is that tree bark expands. So the markings on the trees are usually caused by like a balloon expanding, like just if your skin got fatter and fatter and popped open. And I didn't know that. I just thought it just grew that way. I didn't think about it. But young tree bark is almost always very smooth. And certain trees continue to grow in a smooth fashion. But most trees, many trees around here, develop cracks, lines, furrows, scales, markings, etc. in the bark that can help you identify what kind of tree you're looking at. Here's an example where it looks like someone cut this bark, and you can see how it was probably just a knife or a scratch, but now it's expanded. The whole thing is growing out and cracking along the way. I used to just think they were all pine trees, but technically they are not. You got your pine trees, fir trees, and spruce trees. And a catchy way to begin to differentiate is how the little thingies grow on there. Pine trees grow in a party. A group of needles come out of the little piece. Spruce trees are sharp. So pine, P for party, pine, S for spruce, sharp needles, and fir for flat. Fir needles are flat and usually a bit softer than spruce needles. All right, what kind of trees are those? They are not pine, so they are either spruce or fir, or maybe both. Let's go look at some bark for a second. It's not completely marked up or expanded. Here's a couple. It might not be that old of a tree. It's not sharp, really. So it might be a fir if it isn't a hemlock. And I'll take a photo of it. Not sharp. It's flat, so I would guess a fir tree. Except that I keep having this confusion about hemlocks because I didn't read that chapter yet. When I go back to my book at home, first thing I need to do is make sure I know the difference between fir trees and hemlock trees. I thought hemlock trees kind of draped downward and the deer would sleep under them, possibly. And fir trees are more like Christmas tree shapes. But right now I'm not so sure. That one's draping downwards, but it looks like a sad Christmas tree. I'm going over the little bridge. Yesterday, this was all frozen up. Couldn't hear the water at all or see it. And today, it's flowing. Perfect mouse track with that long tail sliding along there. He ran pretty quick down that hill and up to the tree. So I'm glad it came. It was a fun outing. These extreme cold temperatures, they can't last forever. So it won't be long before there's good tent times.